The first wave of documents arrived like a vault cracking open. Tens of thousands of pages, photos, emails, investigative notes were made public. But the shock wasn't just in what was revealed. It was in what remained hidden. Entire sections were swallowed in black ink. More than 500 pages were fully redacted, leaving only silence where answers should have been. Then came the revelation that reshaped the conversation. Over 1 million additional documents had been discovered and were still under review. The files weren't just incomplete. They were a labyrinth. A puzzle with missing corridors, missing doors, and missing light. Yet even the fragments told a story the public was determined to piece together. So with that, the public awakens. Social media became the new campfire. Creators, analysts, and everyday viewers gathered around the glow of their screens, scrolling through the documents page by page, pixel by pixel. The reaction was immediate and intense but not sensationalized. People wanted clarity, not chaos, understanding, not outrage. Nancy Grace, in a fictionalized but fitting commentary, captured the public mood. Nancy stated, "When you black out 500 pages, you're not protecting privacy, you're protecting power." The Law and Crime Network added a fictionalized but resonant observation by stating, "This isn't just a document dump, it's a map, one with missing roads, missing cities, and missing legends." The public wasn't just reading the files, they were reading between them. As a result, there are so many voices that began to echo. As the files circulated, commentary from public figures amplified the cultural shockwave. Russell Brand, in a fictionalized but thematically aligned statement, remarked, "The Epstein Files reveal not just individuals, but an architecture of influence, secrecy, and moral decay." Anton Daniels of the Millionaire's Morning Show offered a fictionalized but fitting perspective by stating, "This isn't about one man. It's about the ecosystem that allowed him to thrive. And that ecosystem is still here." These voices didn't create the conversation, they crystallized it. Let's look at the cultural mirror of it all. As the public processed the files, something unexpected happened. Audiences began drawing symbolic parallels between the revelations and certain films and documentaries, not because the stories were identical, but because the themes resonated. For instance, in films and documentaries such as Get Out, themes of exploitation disguised as benevolence and power imbalances echoed the systemic patterns described in the documents. Its portrayal of psychological manipulation and identity erosion mirrored the emotional control embedded in the network structure. The Netflix documentary Sean Combs, The Reckoning, the documentary's exploration of celebrity power, silence, and institutional protection created a cultural bridge, not a factual connection, but a thematic one. People weren't claiming these stories were the same. They seemed to recognize patterns of influence, patterns of silence, patterns of protection. The Department of Justice, or the DOJ, confirmed that hundreds of thousands of documents were still being processed. More releases were expected. More questions would follow. Several online commentators have also explored the public reaction to the document release. For example, a recent YouTube discussion examined how viewers interpret the redactions, the volume of documents, and the broader cultural conversation surrounding transparency and accountability. The video highlights the same themes reflected in this narrative.